Section 3.2, applications using systems of equations, investing. Song has invested $48,000, part at 6% and the rest at a higher risk investment at 10%. How much did she invest at each rate to receive $4,000 in interest in 1 year? You've seen a problem just like this earlier. We're going to try to work it now using a system of equations. You'll be free to do it either way, but we'll do it with a system of equations. Let's let X be the part of the money that was invested at 6%. So X is the dollars invested at 6%. And we need another variable, Y, and that's going to be the rest of the money, which we know we could just write as 48,000 minus X, but we're using a second variable, and that will be the dollars invested at 10%. And so we need to make an equation here. It says she has this much total invested, so that I know if I take the X plus the Y, that should add up to $48,000. And the other bit of information we need to use, it says how much did she invest at each rate, we're finding X and Y, to receive this much interest. The interest is simply computed by taking the rate times the amount of dollars at that. So we have 6% of X dollars plus 10%, note I'm writing these in decimal form as I do this, equals $4,000. Okay, there are the two equations that we need to work with if we're doing this with a system of equations. So, next we want to eliminate something, or we could do substitution, or you could do graphing multiple ways. I'm going to do elimination. First, I'm going to get rid of this decimal because I don't like to work with decimals. So I'm going to multiply the second equation by 100 and rewrite the system. So I'll leave the first equation just as it is, X plus Y equals 48,000. And I multiply everything here by 100. 100 times this gives me 6X plus 10Y equals to 400,000. It adds 2 zeros. Now I have to decide what to eliminate. I think I'll eliminate the X. So I have a 6 here in the second equation. I want a negative 6 in the first equation. So I'll need to multiply that first equation by a negative 6. So I'll have a positive 6 and a negative 6, which will eliminate the X. So I'll multiply the entire first equation by negative 6. I get negative 6X minus Y equals negative 288,000. And the second equation is unchanged. All right, and now I'm ready to do the addition method and actually add them. So I've eliminated the X, I add the Y, and I now have 9Y. And I add these, and it will be a positive 112,000. You'll need to grab your calculator probably. Divide both sides by 9. And you should end up with $28,000. And that's Y. And Y represented the number of dollars that were invested at 10%. So we'll put this much at 10%. But it wants to know how much is invested at each rate. So now I need to find X. Since we had X plus Y adding up to 48,000, and we now know that Y is 28,000, we can solve for X. Subtract 28,000 on both sides, and you'll see that X is 20,000. Go ahead and remember your dollar sign there. $20,000 has been invested at 6%. And you can check that if you would like, but it does check out.